different sports teams, and so it was one of those things that was required of me, was to goal set. So there were always goals that we had to meet, and there were always things that we had to achieve. So because of that, it just became part of who I am. So I don't necessarily always write down my goals. I definitely don't put them pen to paper often, but they're always in the back of my head, and they're always there to help motivate me to move forward. When I started with this, I was talking to Amy actually about goals, and just I was saying I don't believe in them, I don't do them, and then I started thinking about it a little more, and then I realized that I do them, I just don't write them down. So it's one of those things that is just part of who I am, and it's a motivation to move forward. If that makes sense. When I was a kid, I loved writing. It was a huge part of what I loved to do, and I did it all the time. And then sort of got brought down a couple notches by one teacher in school that just said that just made me not feel confident in my writing. So I sort of put it aside, and I did it on a little bit, but not very much. And then when I moved to Fernie a few years after we were here, Keith Liggett started doing these writers groups, and I got invited to be part of one and got hooked and got excited and decided, okay, well, I would like to be able to write with confidence so that I can share with other people. So I did. I started writing with confidence to share with other people, and felt like I could share with people outside of my group. And then from there, I started writing bigger projects and thought, you know what? I want to write a book. This is my goal. I want to write a book, and I think I can do it now. Like, I've gotten my voice, and I can do it. And so I did. I wrote a book. So I'm currently seeking an agent for it and hoping to go on. But that one book then brought me to the next goal of, well, this one book is not only one, it's several books. So now it's, okay, well, now I need to write the next book. So I'm a third into my next book. So it's one of those things where it's a constant, it's ever changing, and it is constantly rolling onto the next thing. There's always another goal to attach to the first one. And it's, again, never pen to paper, but in my head, and it's what I've done. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. When I was in university, I had a long-term boyfriend, and it was not an overly awesome relationship. It wasn't the relationship for me, we'll put it that way. Throughout that relationship, I developed some really, really poor self-image issues, and I got pretty sick and ended up anorexic for a little bit. And so coming out of that was something that was really challenging for me. Being able to push myself to see beauty in me again was really challenging. And it's something that I continue to struggle with, and that every time I go through sort of a dip or a low in my self-esteem when it comes to my body, that I have to reassess, and I have to go back to that goal, and I have to get myself back up. And I think this is a problem that most women have. I don't know many women who are fully confident in how their bodies look and feel. So it's been a give and take kind of thing, and when I've been able to get to a point where I feel good about myself, those moments are amazing. And it doesn't, it might not even be, like, the weight might have been different and the level of fitness might be different, but at that moment when I finally felt okay about myself, those moments are what make it worth it. And so when I have to go back to that goal and I have to restart that goal, which is an over and over and over process, it's okay, because I feel that I know that there's always an end result, and that end result is there, and I know that I can achieve it. So achieving it that first time seemed impossible. And then once I did, now going back to that goal and doing it again and knowing that I can achieve that feeling again makes it more possible, and it makes it a little less depressing. You know, babies obviously take a toll on everything. I gained a lot of weight with my last kid, and it's taken a long time to try and get back to that feeling, and I'm starting to get there. I'm still not quite there, so I'm back in that achievement of that goal. And often for me, being able to have a healthy relationship with food and a healthy relationship with exercise are what helped me get to that end result, and they're not always a given. So it's one of those things that you just sort of have to keep working on, and it feels incredible when you get to a point where you feel good, but it takes a while to get there. Okay, so all honesty, the reason I joined the Catalyst Project, I was like, oh, potential free boudoir shoot. All right, I'll join this group. Sure, let's see what happens. I figured that by the time it was done, I'm like, I'll probably be feeling like I'm pretty good at that point, like I could do this. And then you asked us to write out goals, and then it got real because I don't like writing goals to paper, and it made me have to become accountable for my goals versus just having them for myself, and having that by writing them down for the world to see, or the 90 some people on the page to see. It made them more real, and it made me feel more accountable. And so it's an internal struggle with me, because I feel like I'm a very competitive person, and I can easily get too competitive about something, so having to bring myself down from competing with myself more, but also meeting those goals. So far I've met one of my 3 goals, and it feels good, and that goal has propelled onto another goal in my head that I haven't put down to paper, but having these moments, these conversations, and sitting down, as an intimate group the other day, a group of 4 of us, and just talking about different things, and being able to open up about things that I don't really talk about with other people ever, and to virtual people that were virtual strangers before that drink of wine, felt really really good, like really cathartic, to be able to share in frustrations that we all sort of have, and that anxiety that we all have, and that need for fulfillment. So yeah, I originally did just think I would just go for the shoot. I'm like, yeah, why not? But it has actually sort of brought things into focus, and having like some of those conversations, one conversation that was part of the larger conversation that we had, really sort of hit a good place, and it sort of has helped me heal a little bit with a particular situation that I'm in, and to understand just that it's not my problem, it's that person's problem, and until that person can get to a point where she can accept what's happened, that we can't move on. And it was good. Like it was good to know that I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that has these personal things going on. And so it's been a bit of a ride. I'm sort of liking it. So yeah, thank you. It's been good.